So now there's so much shit between Tom Spring. I used to own stuff for now. Tom came in later now. She got 90 days, I think, to pay it off.
Didn't they just put a bunch of money into it?
You got stuff too. How they
Probably try again.
I haven't chatted with Heidi first. Heidi said, "No, that's even true." But the builder's thing, he says, it's probably right, you know, or probably right.
Wow.
So I don't know. We'll see.
Wow.
More racing drama.
Oh, yeah.
Always got that racing drama.
You'd think a bunch of grown men would be a little bit more mature.
Meeting will come to order at Smotcom County Board of Commissioners, regular meeting for Monday, December 15th. We'll begin with the pledge, please, and I'd invite you to remain standing for the invocation. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Vice Chairman Peterson.
Pastor Dennis Ross from Nevins Lake Church, lead us in prayer, please.
Right. Heavenly Father, we thank you for Christmas, the day that we remember the birth of our Savior. We thank you for the greatest gift ever given. We know all gifts comes from you, and we thank you for all that we have. Pray for our commissioners for this meeting, for their labors on behalf of our county, that you would continue to be with them to make decisions that are most pleasing to you. We pray this in Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Thank you.
Thank you.
Roll call.
Alexander,
Here.
Johnston,
Here.
Peterson,
Yes, ma'am.
Johnson,
Here.
Mahar, Carr,
Yes.
Murray.
Here. And we have a quorum on tonight's agenda. I don't have anything to change. Does anyone else?
Mr. Chair,
Mr. Johnston.
I move to approve our agenda as presented.
Support. It's been moved and supported to approve the agenda as presented. Discussion? Hearing no discussion, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Everyone have a copy of the meeting minutes of the last session, November 24th, 2025.
Mr. Chair,
Commissioner Johnston.
I move to approve our minutes from our November 24th, 2025 regular board meeting as presented.
Support. It's been moved and supported to approve the minutes of the last regular board meeting, November 24th, 2025 as presented. Discussion. If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Public comments.
Good evening. I just wanted to take a second to introduce myself. My name is Ashley Wakely. I was recently appointed Montcalm County Treasurer, and I start the 5th, and I'm excited to work with all of you.
Thank you.
Welcome aboard.
Yeah, welcome aboard. Any other public comments? If not, our 405 agenda item is a resolution to present in recognition of Montebella's varsity football season. So Commissioner Murray will present that for us.
They're coming to have, I don't know if I can fit everybody up there, so you want me to just have the coaching staff?
I think we can maybe go back on the other side or along where they can all get in on it,
Okay,
whatever, however you want to.
all right.
They're really good at following directions on
Right.
that.
Why don't you guys come up here? We line up right up against the wall here.
Which way are they going to face? Towards us or towards the crowd?
I think
Towards us. If any parents want to take any pictures, you can come right around here and take pictures. Just make sure you spell my name right on Facebook.
Introduce themselves.
Yeah, let's do
Let me get my big head out of the way.
it. Matt, maybe before you start, let's go down through and have everybody introduce themselves. Just so
Are you guys all naturally blonde?
It's a thing.
Pick out the one that is.
All right, so before we get started here, we're gonna go down the row and introduce ourselves. We'll start with you.
My name is Chris Goffin. I'm assistant coach. Jeff Martinson, assistant coach.
Tim Webb, head coach.
Noah Carlson.
Mason Bogart.
Braden Foster.
Brady Keefe.
Brian Stroll.
Braden Williamson.
Kevin Simmons.
Gabe Kaufman. Tough Rude. Zayden Myers. Bryce Willis.
Ethan Green.
Austin Jensen. Connor Cooley.
Cody Yomo.
Awesome, thank you. All right, I will present this to the head coach. Congratulations. Thank you. All right, I'm gonna, Macomb County Board of Commissioners, Resolution 2025-15. A resolution recognizing Montebello varsity football team's 2025 season accomplishments. Whereas the Montebello varsity football team finished their 2025 regular season with an outstanding record of 8-1. Capturing a conference championship as well as a district championship for a second year in a row. And whereas the Montebello Mustangs then went on to win their first ever regional championship title, outlasting the Breckenridge Huskies and the Merrill Vandals. And whereas the Montebello Mustangs defeated the Norway Knights in their first ever state playoff game in Division I, 8-man semifinals, taking them to the state championship game for the first time in school history against the Martin Clippers. And whereas the 2025 varsity football team from Montebello High School had 13 first-team all-conference players, 6 first-team all-region players, 4 all-state players, and a team academic all-state award with a GPA of 3.89. And whereas head coach Tim Webb earned all-region coach of the year and all-state coach award in just 6 years as head coach of the Mustangs, with he and assistant coach Jeff Mortensen earning the local accolades as the best offensive coach and the best defensive coach. Now therefore it be resolved that the Macomb County Board of Commissioners hereby commends the 2025 Montebello varsity team and coaches on their many outstanding accomplishments and congratulate them on a very well played and memorable season. All the Macomb County is very proud of you.
Good job.
I guess that was it. All that for nothing, guys. You can get out of here.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Great job this year.
Yep, good job, guys.
Here, TJ. This is where we part ways.
Shorts.
They got basketball practice now.
Oh, okay.
See, they do wear those.
Well, wrestlers are a little tougher though. Yeah, they are.
Yes, we are.
That's true.
Professional reason.
Right. Yeah, it is. That is, you know, 100 years ago.
I was gonna say, that's a good way to clear a room.
Let's get us some.
Well, we still got the treasurer appointee, so we got 5, including Elizabeth.
Forum of the public comment. All right, up next is correspondence for the night. Vice Chairman Peterson, please.
All right, I will try and keep it brief. Starting on page 9 of your packet, the opioid settlement funds distribution agreement. Excuse me. Attached is the county's use of opioid settlement funds and marijuana funds agreements. We just need a motion to allow chairman to sign that. Correct, Brenda?
Correct.
So I would move to authorize Chairman Carr to sign the opioid settlement funds and or marijuana agreements and allow for checks to be mailed respectively.
Support.
It's been moved and supported. Discussion. Hearing no discussion, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
All right, on page 33, you will find the updated Montcalm or County of Montcalm expenditure policy and procedures. When Brenda spoke to the auditors after fiscal year 2024, they wanted us to address the use of electronic payments. That was glossed over, but is now addressed. So if anybody has any questions about that, now's the time to ask Brenda. If not, I would move to approve the updated County of Montcalm expenditure policy, procedures and policy as presented.
Support. It's been moved and supported. Discussion. If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
All right, Lastly, for consideration is warrant reports. We got 5 of them here, so buckle in. Warrant report 11262025 in the amount of $1,044,318.85. Next, warrant report 12042025 in the amount of $69,389.14. Warrant report 12052025 in the amount of $815,939.37. Warrant report 12112025 in the amount of $323,850.58. And last but not least, warrant report 12152025 in the amount of $583,074.93, with a grand total of $2,836,572.87. Brenda, did I get it right this time?
Did.
Did you get it right this time?
Good work.
Is the big question.
I did.
Okay. I would move to, if nobody has any questions about the warrant report, I would move to accept and allow for the appropriate signatures.
Support.
It's been moved and supported to approve all 5 warrant reports totaling $2,836,572.87. Discussion. If there's no discussion, all those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion carried.
Okay, next up is consent agenda, items 8 through 14. If no one has any questions, comments, or concerns, I would move to place those items on file.
Support. It's been moved and supported to place the consent agenda items 8 through 14 on file. Discussion. If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
And lastly, for your information, just some things, notices and such in there. I was hoping that Houghton's newest resolution was going to make it on there, but we'll have to wait for January for that one.
Oh, yeah.
What is it?
Oh, you'll have to wait and see. It's pretty good. If nobody has anything else, that will be your last board correspondence for 2025.
Thank you, Vice Chairman Peterson.
Thank you.
Up next is committee reports, and we don't have any new business. Item 1, clerk correspondence.
Nothing.
Item 2, controller correspondence.
I just have a couple things. You notice the committee appointment sheets there on your desks. So I filled in the column for 2026, so verify that I got that right. And then we updated a few of the times that we knew had changed, like the 911 Authority Board changed this past year, Veterans Board changed. Does anybody know of any, can you look at those times and verify those times are still accurate for me on the board you're on? And then this will go into your organizational packet for approval.
Health department's right.
Okay.
Or, I mean, we'll have an organizational meeting, but I'm sure it'll be the same.
Same. All right. So yeah, if any of those change time-wise, let me know. Second, the other thing, bylaw changes. Did anybody go through those? I handed those out, I think in November, one of the November meetings. And asked you to look at them to see if there was anything in there you thought needed to change. Nothing? Okay. So I'll make the necessary changes that I always make as far as, I think there's salaries quoted in there and something else that I always change. Otherwise, they'll come to you as they are right now. And that's all I got.
Okay. Number 3 under new business is chair or board of commissioners correspondence. The chair has one tonight on our, what number? Number 1 in consideration was a resolution to fund those organizations that had met with approval from the opioid committee. And over the weekend, I'd spoke with former Commissioner John Johansson about that issue. He's on the Montcalm Alliance, the Health Coalition, Substance Abuse. What's the formal name, John?
Prevention Coalition.
Prevention Coalition, excuse me. Sorry, thank you. They had a request in that didn't get funded. They wanted to come to this meeting with more information. And I wasn't sure on the one meeting of the month that we were going to have time to deal with it today. But more importantly, I felt like it was some conflict or disservice to the process allowing them to. Not everybody that got funded had the ability to come before the Board of Commissioners to pitch their case. They pitched it to the committee. And so through he and I playing phone tag and not being able to decide whether they're going to come to this meeting or not, they opted to come in January, or to pull out the request with Michelle and sign up for January. So when John spoke with me, he said because they would like to have at least 20 minutes in January. And I said that I thought that that was wrong, that allowing them to speak directly to us where no one else that previously had applied had that ability to, and particularly one that didn't meet with approval to come back a second time and ask for funding. So I told him that I recognized that that was my personal opinion on the rules, and I might very well be wrong, so that I would be mentioning that tonight under board correspondence to my colleagues on what your wishes are as far as allowing that discussion, or to be put on a future agenda for that discussion. So that's what I'm asking for, some clarification on what your thoughts are on the policy or the rules. And John had told me that he and another representative would be in attendance tonight if anyone wanted to ask them.
Mr. Chairman.
Vice Chairman Peterson.
I believe I said this when we went through this the first time, but I think that all of these causes have a just ask. But if we're gonna start going down this road of second and third chances for these organizations that get told no, then we don't need a committee to make those decisions. I guess we're pretty much thrown in the face, and there's no appeal process. We're not asking for our committee to say, well, if these people don't like it, then just come to us. I don't think that's what we're trying to do.
Okay.
Mr. Chair, I'm kind of in the same boat. I mean, I hate to go away from what our committee's recommended. Not saying it's not a needed place for funding, but we don't need a committee if we're going to just settle them all here.
Good.
Commissioner Chair.
Yeah.
Is there an appeal process with the committee? Should there be?
I trust the committee, being that it is made up of some pretty heavy-hitting health professionals.
Sure.
I mean, yeah, we could instill a appeals process, but then, do they get to appeal the appeal? Where does it end? I mean,
Yeah.
And we're already granting more money than we have
Right.
by using the marijuana money.
Right.
So we're being pretty liberal. Or you are. Really?
We are, like I said, I shot it down for this meeting on the idea that it was one meeting this month. I thought we were going to have a awful full agenda as it is. We're way ahead of time. We have a couple representatives here if anybody wants to hear their take on that. I think I would extend the rules to be able to do that, being that we do have, that we're running ahead of time, but that's up to this board as well. That's not my single decision.
But Mr. Chair?
Yeah.
Just to understand, I have a question. I don't know if this might happen last meeting when I wasn't here, but so they went through the whole process. They presented what they wanted the money for and they got denied. Is that what happened?
They submitted a request for $20,990.
Yep.
We granted $1,500 because that was the only part we could really justify meeting the benchmarks we have to meet with spending this, because we are tied to rules. of spending this money. Since then, though, I think the number's gone up drastically. So that's kind of where we're at right now. I mean, there were other ones that we didn't grant them the whole, like one asked for 117,000, we get them 41.4.
What
So,
was the drastically larger number?
My understanding is since they got denied, the federal government has pulled the funding for their project. And so they're now in need of about 140,000, 125.
That's a
95.
lot of tater tots.
So it's considerably more than the original request was. So I just want to be fair to the process. I want to be fair to my colleagues and not give special treatment to any one organization that asks or needs to be back on if it doesn't fit with the policy that we've done in the past. I want to be fair to former Commissioner John Johansson and his tremendous amount of work on behalf of all those committees that he continues to serve on. He's always very, very passionate about the work that those committees do, and I want to be fair to him in that process as well. So, but I didn't want to set him up for a 10-minute agenda item in January if there's just absolutely no chance that anyone wants to go down that road either. So.
I might add too that last week I heard from another agency that missed the whole shebang. And I indicated to them that they would have to wait until this next October again, because we don't have a second round or anything like that. So
So if we grant an appeal here, we're gonna have to.
Yeah.
you're opening the floodgates, I'm
Yeah.
afraid. Yeah. That's what I was trying to say without saying it. Yeah.
So there's really about three choices. We can say, yes, we'd like to hear it again in the future. No, we don't want to hear it again in the future. Or we could deliberate till our next meeting to make a decision on whether we wanted to give everyone more time to research it or hear from constituents or whatever that might be. So
This is a yearly thing, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Manual.
Sorry, come back next year.
anyone else?
Do you want to hear the pitch?
I don't think it's in good policy personally, and that's what I told Commissioner Johansson, but I don't want to be the one member of the board making the decision for the whole board.
Commissioner Chair, I concur. If we start this now, I don't think that we're going to hear we're going to be hearing a lot of them.
Okay. I'm seeing a lot of consensus along those lines, so I think we'll respectfully decline to fund that. I would allow you time at the end for a public comment if you want to then, John.
I got a different item for public comment. If you'd allow me, I would take less than 5 minutes to just tell you what's happened or what happened.
What's your
Because there's
pleasure?
some confusion. Otherwise, I'll be back in January on public comment.
Let's not make him make 2 trips.
Go ahead.
The items that we were here for were sub-programs within the overall program. What happened is on November the 11th, the federal government notified us by email that they were canceling the 2025 grant, which is $125,000. That grant is for prevention. That grant is working with schools and so forth. They told us that we could charge any expenses that occurred prior to August the 31st back to them. Well, it so happened we on November the 11th, sent them a charge for $8,500 for current expenses. They're trying to claw that back. Our position is we're not trying to be confrontational. I understand completely and respect where you're coming from. And so I look at it as an issue that hopefully we will get some additional funding. Jody Snyder is working on other grants. What we are trying to do now, we terminated Lakeview, Tri-County, and Greenville's people in the school that support us with the school programs. We terminated them right at that point. So we're trying to save funding. What we want to do now is to have enough funding to be able to support our coordinator and our assistant coordinator through the year until we can get to October of next, or whenever your committee meets, but until that time frame. Or we can get a reversal. They are offering a very reduced rate, they being the feds, and that rate is going to be allowed to have 50 grants. As I told Chairman Carr, I expect there's going to be one grant per state, and you can guess that it's not coming to Montcalm County. We will apply, but it's going to the Detroit area, I am sure, like a lot of other funding does. So that's what happened to us at the time. We were established, forerunner programs, as Chairman Carr will remember, were established back in 97 or 98. We had various names, but the program has expanded. I can remember John Cronick walking across here in front and telling us about the inspections. And I went back and looked up. The first time we done retail inspections, we had a 63% sell rate. That means a miner could go in, and that was tobacco at that time, go in and buy tobacco, 63% of our stores. The last one we just done was on alcohol, which is much more difficult because products are locked up and that type of thing. We had 3 sales, and it represents 3% of the county distribution system. So there is importance. It is prevention. It is working. I thank you for, especially Chairman Carr, for listening. And I respect very much where your position. If I was setting up there, I'd probably have this very same opinion. But I hope that you understand what the situation is. We are the only prevention. The rest of the funds are going to addicts, which are important. Those types of programs are very important, but ours is orientated especially to the high school. And we know that vaping is a lead-in drug to marijuana and so forth. So thank you for letting me get up here and speak about it. I appreciate that. Saves me a trip back in January. Thank you, Adam.
No problem.
Okay, is that the consensus then for now? Okay, moving on. Is there any other board correspondence? If not, old business. Number 1 is the park rules update.
Alrighty, so if I remember correctly from the last meeting, you guys were gonna go through the park rules and make some changes or suggest changes. These are just what I've done. My ready copy, a lot of it, it's just grammar and sentence structure and all of that. Removing some dates because Doug doesn't want it closing to be the 31st of October. He just wants to have it to be flexible so he can gauge it on weather and whatnot. Most of these rules that are already on these sheets, are summarized versions of what was in the ordinance, I will say that. Do you guys have anything more to add or anything you want to see changed or where do we stand?
Okay,
Mr. Chair.
yeah, go ahead, Commissioner Alexander.
Well, after reaching out to the prosecutor and getting his opinion, part of me is thinking that an ordinance might not be the worst thing, just including our park rules. I guess the way he made it sound is like it's not much more work on our end and there's more potential for prosecuting somebody potentially. So
Okay.
just want to throw that out there.
What's everyone else's feeling on that statement?
I concur. After reading the email we received from the prosecuting attorney, there's a lot more, it could be pushed up to the district court, not just the county court, which would give more, so it's just more enforceable. And
Well, we just got rid of an ordinance.
No one was using it or enforcing it.
well, it was, the ordinance we got rid of was absolutely irrelevant.
How would we approach writing the ordinance? What's your thoughts on how to take it to that next level then, Nate?
I hate to say it, but it might be a committee.
Oof. Just because he's not here doesn't mean you have to follow in Commissioner Mahar's footsteps.
I know. I mean, looking at these rules, look at all the red lines we already have. I mean, are we going to sit here and go through every single one? And
Is a committee?
if that was their whole goal,
Well, if I remember correctly, you guys were the ones that said you were going to review them and come back to this meeting with your proposed changes.
yeah, I wasn't.
Isn't this
here for
my
that
copy?
meeting
I did
either.
all this, I think. I don't know what Brenda's talking about. I did all this.
Looks like
You
you
did
did.
How
do
does,
that.
how does the ordinance deal with the differences in the parks? If you have a county park ordinance, how do you deal with the differences between Ford Lincoln and Pepke Park, for example, the two extremes?
Well, I guess I'm no legal expert, but I don't understand why we couldn't just have our park rules in an ordinance if that allows us to prosecute somebody to a higher degree.
So have an individual set of park rules for every park, but encompass that into a
Inside,
park
yeah.
ordinance?
Yes.
with maybe a broad ordinance. I mean, like the prosecutor sent over Ottawa counties. I mean,
Mhm.
I don't know why we couldn't start with a county and, another county that's already done all the legwork. And
So the committee idea, would you and Commissioner Murray be interested in serving on that? Do you think you need more than the two of you to get started? With the controller in on it? Do you
I
want,
would think so. And anybody else that's
is
interested.
there any other commissioner here present that's interested in serving on that?
You throw Charlie on there for not being here.
Well, that's what I was,
I mean, or we can wait.
I
the
think
next
he
one.
had a desire to be involved in that as well, if I remember right. And if you guys think that you want three, that would be my suggestion, maybe, that we include Commissioner Mahar.
Do we want any members of the public on there?
That's entirely up to this board.
I know a guy that would probably volunteer for it.
I'm not opposed.
He's here. I mean, if you guys need a member of the public, I bet you he'd do it.
I thought they're public meetings. He's certainly willing to attend, but this is the elected body that's ultimately charged with framing those things up. So I think that might be the place to start, but I'm open for whatever this board wants.
I guess my only derision with all this is we just got done repealing an ordinance. Now we said we're gonna look at the rules. Now we're gonna put another ordinance back in
By March 1st.
by March 1st. And this might not be the proper term, but it kind of feels like wiping before you poop. It just doesn't make a ton of sense.
I disagree. I think that the reason that we repealed that last ordinance was because it was in some ways in conflict with our park rules.
So essentially what we want to do is just take these park rules and make them into an ordinance.
We want them to be included in the park ordinance, yes.
So what we will do is take Ottawa's ordinance, our ordinance, and other examples and just smash them all together.
I think to get some basic framework, that's possible, but I think it might not be a bad idea to have an attorney draw it.
If the attorney's gonna draw it, what's the committee gonna do?
Well, I think the committee we're gonna get the basic idea of what we're trying to accomplish and then have an attorney draw up the actual ordinance.
Okay, hey, I'm all for it.
And if you guys don't want a committee too, we can sit through and do it all here.
Oh.
I mean, either way.
I think. this
I-
sounds
I've
like a
said it
great
before,
idea.
I'm not in favor of local ordinances. I like the park rules better.
I would agree. I'm not in favor of as many ordinances on private property, but I think if it's the county's public property, it's a different,
Yeah.
it's just a different deal in my opinion, so.
Okay, I'd entertain a motion to do just that, appoint a committee to study the park rules and put those in a format that could be given to legal counsel to construct into an all-encompassing ordinance.
So moved.
Support. It's been moved and supported to form a committee of, I guess we didn't get clarification on the committee. Is
I
that
was gonna bring that up during discussion. What's the framework of the committee gonna look like? Commissioner Alexander, Commissioner Murray, Brenda,
Commissioner Mahar?
yeah?
Is that where you want to start? Well, we'll throw it out there as a motion and see how the motion goes. So the makeup of the committee will be Commissioner Alexander, Mahar, and Murray, and Controller Tater. And with the due date of having time to do whatever notification, whatever we need to adopt an ordinance and be ready to go on March 1st when the parks are out.
So we would have to have it done by
Because we'll have to have a
the
public hearing.
23rd meeting, February 23rd. It would have to be done.
4 meetings.
Wouldn't we have to do the same thing for updated park rules based on what the prosecuting attorney said, or?
I didn't agree with, I don't think so. You can make all kinds of rules for, I mean, I don't have to have my office rules approved by the public. That's
the way I read it, but maybe.
yeah. We've
That's
never
why,
had
to
our-
me, it's the
never had our
same,
park rules approved by the public before.
if it's
I
the
mean-
same amount of legwork,
Yeah.
why wouldn't you want to prosecute people further if possible?
How did you come up with that date, Adam?
It's the second meeting in February.
How did you come to it though? Are you allowing time for a public hearing
Just to be done by March 1st.
and
Well,
post?
just to get it approved by March 1st. Because I think the controller is throwing that out there because Camp Ford Lincoln starts renting, the rentals open on March 1st at 8 a.m., 9 a.m. So she wants to have all this buttoned up in place so she can give those ordinance rules
Absolutely.
out to
That week.
anyone that rents it, because the way I understand it, Ford Lincoln's rented out within the first 2 hours.
10
But when you-
minutes.
When you
Okay.
had that date in mind, was that for the attorney to have been done with it and everything?
I would
else?
say we need to approve it at that meeting. Like, it needs to be on the books at that meeting. So the next week, when park rentals go live, then we have everything.
When you're saying approve it, approve the attorney's version. The attorney has looked at it previous to that date then.
Yes.
Yeah, I would say,
Sealed and delivered.
yeah, public hearing, end of, this is the last step, is February 23rd.
Okay,
Because
So the-
March 2nd will be,
so the committee knows that they're under the gun a little
Yes.
bit to get going on this. And you'll appoint your own chairperson on the organizational committee? Okay. It's been moved and supported. Is there any discussion on that motion? Stephanie probably has.
You might want to repeat it a little.
Repeat the motion.
So it's,
to form a committee consisting of Commissioner Alexander, Commissioner Mahar, and Commissioner Murray, and Controller Brenda Tater.
Okay.
To establish a parks ordinance for the county parks. That's as simple as I can make it, I
like
guess.
it.
you want to have anything in there about ultimately meeting with legal counsel to establish the
I
ordinance?
think
or
that's gonna have to go through the committee. If they wanna,
they'll do
their
whatever
first
they
meeting,
need?
they need to come to us and recommend that.
Okay,
Do we want to put a time, like a date in here?
I don't think
We need
we
to do that.
need to do that.
okay, everybody clear? Any other questions, discussion on the motion? If not, all those in favor say aye.
I,
Opposed?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried.
So I'll be back with the next meeting to talk about park rates then. Because I believe we want to update those, correct?
we got a committee for that.
That was cold, Adam.
I'm just saying.
Up next, under old business, we have set aside time for a closed session. I would entertain a motion for that purpose.
Mr. Chairman,
Vice Chairman Peterson.
I move to go into closed session to discuss a written legal opinion, which is material exempt from disclosure under the attorney-client privilege, MCL 15.2431G pursuant to MCL Section 8H of the Open Meetings Act.
Is there support?
Support.
It's been moved and supported to go into closed session, discussion. We need a roll call on that.
Yeah, I think so. Let me see if I can find it on paper. Alexander,
Yes.